Another episode of Double Barrel Shotgun. Your host, Even B, right here.
Hello,
Eve is partially watching the game in this case, so if you saw a strange reaction, something must have happened in the game. He's watching Colts Panthers at the moment, so we'll discuss it. Like I said before, we off camera, we're gonna have a little luck discussion, a luck intervention coming very soon for you folks. Hey, let me tell you something, people. You need to get on this podcast because we be breaking stories and breaking news before all the media get onto it. We were looking for the LA. We were talking about the Peyton Manning benching long before folks started getting on that bandwagon. Okay, so just remember that one. Okay. The Kirk Cousins discussion we've been going back and forth for is now as weird as heck.
The last, how long?
Yeah, exactly. About the last year plus. We've been discussing that from the time he got drafted, actually. We've been discussing that debate. Now it's finally reaching a head now. Hey, get on board, people. And when you hear my luck take next time we talk, man, believe me, you'll be saying like, oh, yeah, you know what? You have been saying so. Okay. Anyways, let's get to this week's topic, man. Oh, boy, I can't wait for this one. Another precious sacred cow we're about to obliterate here. Okay, so last night, Sunday night game, big undefeateds going at each other. Hall of Fame first ballot. Peyton Manning against Hall of Famer first ballot. Aaron Rodgers. And we ended up with a lame duck. A horrible display by the Packers, pretty much all around. The defense the defense did the best they could. I think
the defense did the best they could for what they had.
What they had. I mean, still up to now, I think Thomas just caught another ball in this case here. So, like, good Lord, like, dude, he's the biggest receiver of the team. How you don't cover him? Like, I understand these defensive coordinators, but that's a whole other discussion for another day. I don't get these dudes. Like, but let's get back to the situation at hand. Okay, so once again, this is my take. This is purely my take, folks. You can rip on me, you comment, whatever the case may be. I know a few of y'all in this case I have connection with are Packers fans, including my sister. I'm going to put it out here. Said it for time, say it again. Aaron Rodgers is a bit of a Revlon, man. I've said it before, and I'm saying it again. Every time there's a big, ever since this dude won the Super Bowl, every time there's a big game for this dude is like the white shadow. He is nowhere to be found. I can't find this dude. Oh my gosh, this dude starts getting the bright lights of the deer in the headlights. You name the big game. Playoff or regular season.
Hey, man.
Okay.
I've only been saying that for a while, though.
I've been saying that for a time.
I always said that. I've always seen it. I always saw little glimpses of it during the regular season.
Right.
When it came to the playoffs, the big money games that you got to do the thing.
Let's run down the litany of games in this case here, man. Big game in this case here. I go back in this case when they play the Giants. Big game at the end of the season. And then get licked up in the playoffs again. Eli, once again, can't get done. Get licked up by Kaepernick, okay? In San Francisco. Couldn't get done. I mean, just keep going on the list. I mean, there you go again with him in Seattle. Let me start with him. We own him. We pretty much, he's give us money every first and last every month. We own him. I don't even fear that.
Yeah.
I'd be waiting for him. And then, of course, the little Green Bay Packers, all the apologists come out. Well, he had the sore shoulder and the sore leg and, in the playoffs and this and that.
Well, yeah.
Get the heck out of here with that.
Yeah, let me tell you
I'm doing Joey Bats. Get out of here with that, man.
I'll say this, man. All I just know is that I've been saying it all season long. I go, look, the Packers look nice and well when they're playing in that nice, that quote, the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, which is a bunch of nonsense to be
right.
They are not built for the winter.
Right.
All right. They're horrible in the winter.
Right.
All right. Now, for a good while, Rodgers, no doubt, fantasy quarterback, of course, numero uno. But when he has no left tackles, no right tackles, and you blitz him in the middle, Father, he is a lame duck. I don't care how bad, I don't care how great he is. No quarterback can take those shots the way he's been taking.
Well,
and he's hurt. And he does get hurt.
Here's my thing. I think in this case here, and he's very similar to Peyton Manning in this sense. Certain dudes and certain quarterbacks, when they get touched up a little bit, they just pack their bag and their lunch pail and go home. Peyton Manning's a classic at that one. Sure. They have him in the lexicon when they talk about this case, when they talk about that type of quarterback.
Right.
But Aaron Rodgers is another one. If it's getting ugly, Aaron Rodgers is not a guy that's pulling out an ugly game.
God, that ain't his thing.
That ain't his thing.
That ain't his thing, because let me tell you something. You know what the Broncos did which is, I think, because you know how the league is, everybody copycats.
Right. Right.
They said, all right, we know that Aaron Rodgers likes to bootleg. He likes to go to his right. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep him in the pocket.
Right.
And when we keep him in the pocket, because his crappy offensive line can't block worth a damn, what happens? He gets hit up in his face. And what happens to him? He starts to waylay. He starts to get hurt. He starts looking at the referees like, why are y'all letting these guys hit me like that?
Right.
This is supposed to, I'm Aaron Rodgers. I'm never supposed to be touched.
Right.
So what happened to him last night? He got hit in the mouth all night long.
Yeah.
And do you realize something? Do you realize that those Green Bay receivers are really not that fast?
Well, I could tell you that from time. I mean, they've been doing that with smoke and mirrors for the longest time.
For the longest time.
I mean, we teased at the beginning of the season when Nelson got hurt. I said, well, let's slow it down. The next coming Jerry Rice. Okay. Okay. Like, that's my point with Nelson and the rest of them now. They're being exposed a little bit.
Guy, because all I just know from a tactical point of view, the defensive game plan that Denver put on last night was an absolute clinic because they had speed. Not only did they have speed, but they also had the man coverage that will kill and smack a dude. Mm-hmm. So they don't play zone. They play pure man. And they trust their pass rush will get to them. And that's what they did. And then, you know what made it worse? Rodgers with his sarcastic self. his little what do we call that? He
passive aggressive.
That's it. That little passive aggressive nonsense. Again, throwing the receivers under the bus.
Wow.
And it's been rumored, and I've heard it. I think I've told you this from the time, Brian. Yeah. He's not a well-liked guy in the league.
You know that when every single receiver leaves and they're ripping out the moment they get out, like they leave the borders of Wisconsin, they're ripping out. Like we know that. We've seen him sulk and stuff like that after post games and things like that. He rarely takes responsibility when he stinks up the joint. Rarely, because it's never on him. It's the defense.
You're supposed to do the quarterback speech.
Right. Like, it's the defense. Well, it's the coaching staff.
That's right.
It's the receivers. It's the O-line. It's everybody but me.
But me.
You know. Yeah. So, and like this dude to me in this case is a guy got a hot streak in this case as far as playoffs go. Right. One year when no one really knew how to defend him.
Right.
You know.
They figured him out.
If they figured it out real quick, don't get me wrong, he'll put up his numbers because, I mean, there's enough bad teams in this league. You put numbers on everybody. Mm-hmm. You know, the standard's now 400. Everyone's throwing. So you get your numbers. Mm-hmm. But, like, when it comes down to push comes to shove, he actually plays real defenses. Yeah. This dude don't like the rough and tumble, man. Never has, never will. You know.
Yeah, man. It's just unbelievable because I'm just telling you, he got smacked.
You think in this case here, if he played the game that Seattle had against Dallas and he's in Russell Wilson's spot, you think he'd win that game?
Nah, man. Because
heck no.
Because, like, you know what, though? I mean, as much as I'm not a big Russell Wilson guy, I was just saying this. He knows how to make the right plays when it's required.
Right, exactly. He didn't know game was ugly, man.
That's right.
You know how to do it, play it. Once, it's like, if you take an analogy of another sport, tennis in this case, right? There's some guys in tennis that are, like, like front runners. If they get up on you top with a break, they're sweet. They're good as gold. The moment you put a lick on them and you break them, you can't find them anymore, guys. They're packing up their bags and they're heading out so they can explain to Istanbul. They're done. They're done.
And then they're basically everybody thinks that they're the second best player in the world.
Right. They're done. Yeah. It's all good, So, like, when you look here, this is exactly the same analogy, man. Yeah. Dude, if it's going sweet, he looks unbelievable. It's like Tecmo Bowl. Here we go. But
I'm going to say this, though. I mean, when I did have to choose the picks for the game, I actually chose the Packers because I was more concerned of the fact that the demise of Manning.
Exactly.
Right? But I think that would happen because they were coming off a bye week.
Exactly. I didn't take that into account. I took it into account. I had 3 picks myself. So I took 1 with Green Bay and 2 with Denver for that very reason. Home, and they had to buy it. Because I knew the arms were feeling a little sweet there.
little rub for A535.
Exactly.
For the mild cold up in Denver. Well, I'll just say this. It looks like, first and foremost, I think Manning has to realize that, okay, you know what, I'm Peyton Manning, but I'm not Peyton Manning. You have to run the ball. So basically, you gotta make sure that the ball that is being run first, you're just the little licks. You're the little thing that just makes it sprinkle.
Do you think he could throw a ball past 40 yards right now?
Well, he did a couple. Yeah, he did a couple.
Yeah, he had one in the sideline. That was about 40, 50.
That was about, what, maybe 30 some odd?
It was just lopping in the air. I don't know how it got to Thomas or Sanders. Yeah. Sanders took a lick for that shot, too, guy, because it was hanging so long.
he's getting guys killed.
He always gets guys killed.
He's always been getting guys killed.
Hey, we talked about that one too, fellas, man. I tell you, gotta come here when you hit the Colts. You know what I mean? Heck,
his receivers.
I was Dallas on the tight end. Dallas the tight end used to.
Yeah. There was a good couple tight ends.
Yeah. He just put those guys in the stretcher, guy.
Those guys in straight jackets and they got murdered, man.
Guys just killing guys all the time, man.
Yeah.
But anyhow, man, I mean, like Green Bay, sorry fans, man, Revlon dude, put up nice stats in the regular season.
And they weren't playing that good to begin with for the last 2
months. But if I'm a wild card team, I had to pick a team to play in the divisional, one of the divisional teams. I have no problem licking my chops against Green Bay. I'm sorry. Well,
let's put it this way: do you think the AFC right now is the most dominant division right now when it comes to dominant conference? Because right now it seems like the AFC teams could kick the crap out of a lot of NFC teams right now.
I would say so. I think right now you have some AFC teams like, I think the Steelers right now like 500. If they're in the NFC, they'll probably be something like 6-2.
They probably be 6-2.
Because there's some
without Ben.
There's some glass jaws out there. There's some paper tigers like Atlanta, and some teams like that. Was really Atlanta? That's your best. That's your best and brightest NFC. Atlanta.
I've been saying that for a while.
Like really? That's why the Seahawks. I fear nothing in this case.
You know what? The Seahawks could be 500 going forth. And they can make it as a wild card and still kick everybody.
Yeah, because I feel nothing with these teams, guy. Arizona, other teams be suspect once they leave the desert. I mean,
Arizona's pretty good though.
Dude, that team is so. They got a glass jaw too, dude. I mean, they're another one. I mean, they barely escaped Cleveland, and
Isn't that they barely escaped? They just put it on in the second half.
They put it on. They got beat by Pittsburgh the week before, and they barely escaped Cleveland. They were in that AFC North. And believe me, they ain't be so kind to them pretty soon. I think they barely escaped Baltimore too early in the season as well too. Right. Okay. So if they play Cincinnati, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But I think they get Cincinnati at home, so that's an advantage. But then them dudes scare me. As a Seahawks fan or if I'm an AFC guy.
Yeah, but you know what though? Just like Dion said yesterday, and it's so true right now. Seattle has 2 great tight ends because like your boy there, the other Wilson with the double L. He's a good tight end.
He has always been a good tight end.
Been a very good tight end.
Yeah.
They're finally knowing how to somewhat incorporate Jimmy Graham, who I still think is.
Well, they gotta play Graham like a receiver. Just end the thing about trying to make him block.
Not a blocker.
Play the 2 tight ends like New England. Make Luke in this case here, whatever name is Luke or Wilson, just a block. Just the block. That's the actor I'm thinking of right now. Right? Can't remember what his name is. Try to remember his name.
The thing about it is that Wilson takes too many sacks too. I don't understand that because they don't. You know what? Marshawn is the key to. Dude,
that line is the worst line in the league.
Been the worst line for.
Dude, he even gets a chance to plant his foot and it's like jailbreak. It's ridiculous.
Every time Marshawn gets the ball, there's 2 guys in the backfield.
The play that set them up for the winning field goal was pretty much a broken play because there's a jailbreak again. You escape like 2 dudes and ran for like 15 yards to get like the 12-yard line. It's just pretty much, Marshawn can't run because, heck, the guys are coming right through penetration.
It's not like he's lost a step.
No.
He has 2 guys right in front of him at the hole.
It's ridiculous, man. So, they need to, drag a dude that's sitting there hanging out at the beach, whatever, man. Drag a dude somewhere, man. Get him up here and play, man. You need some linemen, man.
And to get some linemen, man, because I don't know
Jeez. Anyways, man, we ranted and raved enough about that. But, yeah, the NFC right now looking real suspect. Green Bay, as usual. Aaron Rodgers, a big game again. Once again, a big moment. Just, there you go, man. That's all I was to say on that, man. Where can the good folks find you, Eve?
You can find me at Y Charlem.
And you can find me and the rest of the Beyond Locker Room crew, if you want to, at Beyond Locker Room, short form RM, man. So,
since we want feedback, we need you all. If you agree, disagree, you think that we're crazy, because personally, we might be, but right now
we don't care.
Give a damn.
Yeah, man. Well, anyways, man, we're gonna take it. Leave it here for this week. Look forward to that Andrew Luck discussion. That one's gonna be interesting for sure, man. Sure. For all the lovers, the lovers like Eve in this case here. I'm looking forward to that discussion. Yeah, exactly. Take care, folks. We'll see you next week, man.
Bang, bang.